Om, Namaste, welcome everyone to Satsang this morning, and welcome all who are joining us via broadcasting for Satsang live here in Portugal. And beautiful morning. Okay. Oh. Before I point anything, just that I, at this stage in the satsang, I want only some question which is really burning, not so much stories or something like this or so on, but more something that really needs to be cleared up, and then somehow I can get my teeth into it.
Hi, MOOJI.
Hi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It is done.
It is done.
Yes.
Okay.
Last year, I was standing over there.
Yes.
With my experience in the cafeteria, and I told you that I was in the space in the cafeteria,
Yes.
but also the space was in me.
Yes.
And I told you about it as an experience. And you told me that I had to contemplate on where am I looking from and who am I looking as.
Yes.
You also told me that my words also betrayed that I already knew it. At that moment, the mind obstructed me hearing you.
Yes.
So I watched the video about 100 times. And for the last year, I still didn't get it. Up until yesterday when I was on the toilet. I had an awakening experience. And it is so funny that through the mind does not get your words,
Yes.
does not get your pointings,
Yes.
doesn't get anything of it because it cannot understand the depth of what you are saying.
Yes.
But I was always orientated on the mind as a back door of the temple of myself. And now was sitting in the cafeteria again and watching the phrases, and I saw them with all the depth they had, which I didn't see before.
Yeah.
And all your pointings, everything you told me, now makes sense.
Yes.
And it is unbelievable. And I wanted to go to bed, but I could not sleep, so I started walking. I said, well, maybe I could stay up all night. It's okay. I was empty.
Yes.
I am empty.
Yes.
I am that joy. I am that space. I am that.
Yes.
So that I was sitting up there in the hammock and sitting there empty, and it was getting cold and it was getting damp and wet. So, well, I just go back and I went to sleep. And the mind came with things, well, tomorrow you forget it. You forgot it. But I no, it's not true.
Yes,
that can never happen.
Yes, yes.
It can never happen.
Yes, yes. Very good.
No.
Very good.
May I bow at your feet?
I want to see you come. This is wonderful because this is wonderful. You're the best breakfast I could have. Thank you. I'm very happy to hear this because, he said something very profound thing, in fact. Because I used to wonder, we are sitting amongst quite intelligent people on a whole, so it's not about lack of intelligence. I wonder, it must be some spell. It must be a spell. Why we don't see? You see? And actually, I remembered, and I used to use this as an example to try and just to have this twist of consciousness. Because it's right here, you see. When I see you, it is the self. When I hear you, it is something else. I say, wait a second. What is this difference of something of perception and how to see? Then I remember when I was at school, one boy came to me and showed me a picture. And I've shared this before. Showed me a little picture, small thing. And he asked me, what do you see? It was just a black and white drawing. Asked me, what do you see? I looked at it and I thought, well, it's a bit obvious, what is the big deal? There is just this white urn, like a vase or something, in this black background. What is the big deal? He says, yeah, but keep looking. I keep looking. So I don't get what is it? He said, what you see? I said, I see just this white shape, this white vase, black background. Yeah, he says, but can you see something else or not? I said, of course not. I mean, it's so simple. I mean, what else could it be? It was a drawing by an artist called Escher, I think. And I said, what is it? What are you talking about? And I kept looking, couldn't see. He says, can you see the two faces facing each other? I said, get out of here, what are you talking about? What's that about? It's just white vase on this black background. He said, look and see, look. Wow, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. The two faces identically facing each other. He says, where's the vase? I said, I can't find it. Where is the urn? I can't find. All there is this two faces facing each other. I said, this is amazing. It's amazing. Where did the vase go? He said, look, it's in the white. I said, I can't see. I just see the two faces. He says, focus on the white. Make the white positive. And yes, I can see the vase. I can see that. It's amazing. Where are the two faces? I can't. So it was like this for a little bit. It must have taken maybe 2 or 3 minutes of looking like that until I could see both. And no example is good enough. But it's a little something. St. Francis of Assisi said once, what you're looking for is already where you're looking from. What you are looking for is already where you're looking from. Can't get it, can't get it. So like this, these things, they can somehow help. I am saying also pointing, but as he said, you're listening with your mind. The mind is used to a certain way of grasping things, object and subject. All its questions are objective questions. What is that? Where are you? How far? Such objective questions can be answered with objective answers. But when you ask, who am I? Who perceive all these objects? Then that is a subjective question. And it cannot be satisfied with an objective answer. It can only be satisfied with insight, revelation, experience. And the mind insists, yeah, I don't get it, I don't get it, I don't get it. But the very one who is saying, I don't get it, is also watched. But you're not aware that this capacity is in you to see this one, because so much identity is in it, that all the energy is in this identity like that. Doesn't matter, no? Your being here and me hammering at you. Imagine someone hitting a stone with a hammer thousands of times. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. Then one day a child picks up the stone and drops it, and it shatters to 1,000 pieces. Every hit is creating some stress, something that you cannot see on the surface. You're being opened up from inside. Your mind wants to understand that. And we trust the mind. We think it's the instrument you must use. But yourself is not an instrument. And even the one who is searching for the self, this one is a mixture of fact and fiction. It's only half true. It's not completely true. But we've been living in this half-truth for quite a long time. And there is resistance to protect, you see. So some point, it just happens. In this case, you can see. Anytime the truth doesn't pick a very convenient moment. No? We go to Varanasi in India, you can go to Sarnath and sit under the Bodhi tree where the Buddha sit. They say this is where Buddha was awake. You can go to see where Christ prayed, and you can see these places. They became places of pilgrimage. For him it will be different. We'll all come to the toilet. This was where he was, and what a new temple. So it can happen everywhere, anywhere. Somehow, just that's a sense of like a switch. The self is not an event, but the recognition of the self is a happening. Like, yes. And it is happening with you. Your mind is busy trying to get him. He's looking out the door every time, looking out the door. But he comes through the back. And he touches you on the shoulder. I'm here. Says, I'm here. Yeah.
find that, and it downloads to the mind before I can catch it. So I need light speed viewing.
You don't need light speed. You need just to be totally still. You may think you need to be light speed. No, but you're totally still as awareness. If the mind is moving at a millionth of a second, like this, you are greater still, because by doing nothing you perceive him. You see? You don't have to compete. Because the very fact that he has done 100 meters in a billionth of a second, and it is noticed, you see, is already a proof that you who do nothing is greater than him. If you don't perceive it, it is not registered, and effectively, experientially, it has not happened. You cannot be affected by what doesn't happen. Then you will come to see you're not affected by what happened from the perspective of awareness. But from the perspective of a person who is born in time and change, then things will always be, yes, to my advantage or disadvantage. It's a very different play. So you say, but the mind comes in very quickly and takes ownership of it. Yeah. Why it has to do that when you don't? You don't have to take ownership of anything. Why the mind tries to take ownership of something? If it didn't matter to you, him trying to take ownership would mean nothing at all. Let him think he owned the whole universe. It will still not mean nothing if it means nothing to you. You say the mind comes in and says, yes, we have done very well, something like this. The next round is on us, you and me. But only if you acknowledge him, if he is nothing at all for you. But you cannot do that just by attitude. You cannot do it also by determination. You must do it through insight. You must know, because you said, I know I'm all this, I feel it. But more than that, you must be it. Yeah? Not just become it, you can't become it. We speak of becoming only through the experience, you see. Then you realize, but more truthfully is that you recognize you've always been it. It is the mind that is always becoming. The self does not become. It simply is. So these things, they're subtle, but as you grasp them, you see, something exhales when you grasp. And that exhaling is like a deeper relaxation. Yes. If you follow this pointing, when I point like this, you will see actually. Sometimes as you're looking steadfastly towards, okay, so who is seeing that? And to look. As you're coming into this opening, you'll find something going. It's one of the ways in which these energies are released, through the power of your seeing. They don't keep residence anymore in you because of the light of your seeing. Or if you're in holy company, somehow everything is coming to rest. But many people did not understand that. I remember going to church and you sit and people look at you like, go to bed early. They don't understand. These kind of releases happen as you sometimes as you're looking in and just clarifying. Sometimes the attention wants to go off, but you notice that. And you just notice you're noticing, and you're here. Then the mind says, you've yawned. That's very good. No. Don't say anything. You don't get involved in that. This is what they say when the mind is imitating the self. And it feels unbearable to you. Why does it keep on doing this? I want my mind to stop. Then you remember this one who suffers the mind is not the full story. You who witness the one who wants to stop the mind, you stay with you. Don't identify even with that. And that collapses. A great yogini, I told the story, she was meditating in meditation. And deep into her meditation came the most beautiful colors are coming. So radiant, iridescent colors and shapes of colors. Like no painter on earth can paint. No flowers on earth are as radiant. And she felt, this is extraordinary. This is beautiful. She felt in her mind. Then came the feeling, but it cannot be what I am, because I'm here perceiving it. And the colors, they disappear. After a short while, beautiful music coming, sounds. So delightful. So beautiful, this music. Who composed it? I don't think any composer on earth could compose this music. She's so moved. But then a deeper awareness comes. Beautiful, but it cannot be what I am. It cannot be my goal, because I'm here to hear it. And the music faded away. Next, all these beings come floating towards her, like shaped out of light, coming towards her like this, to embrace her. And she felt their warmth. Maybe they are from heaven, these beings coming. But they cannot be my goal, because I'm here to see them. And they vanish. And like this, her mind became totally absorbed in the heart. In the same way, things will come. Even some premature conclusions will come from the mind, you see. Oh yes, of course, it is this, you've done it. No longer any need to be here. Hallelujah. You see? Yes, very good. You see? There's something deeper knows. This also is just another shape, just another voice. It's not what is. And this understanding is somehow grounded in a deeper awareness that wants nothing at all. You asked before, how can one now stabilize in this? How can you be this? Not by technique, not necessary, but by recognition. Why? Because it is already in place. It cannot be improved. Only some misconceptions need to be exposed, and one sees, but I am already here. That is it. I am already here. And where I thought I was, where I felt I was in the person trying to get here, which is just an idea now. This is what happened. But even to say these things, I don't really want to say. I prefer to listen to you say it, because you see it. Because when you see it as he has done, you've seen it, then he knows that this cannot fade, it cannot go away. Everything born of the mind will go away. Even with the greatest discipline, the greatest oath, I shall never, I swear on the Bible, I swear on Quran, I swear on Bhagavad Gita, I will never change from this. No, you cannot do it. This one who is swearing, unless it's the self, which does not need to swear, he cannot keep his oath. He cannot be consistent because he's under another law, the law of change. The only way you can be in this is that your consciousness has become more flexible, more open, and so you can adapt to new situation. You're flexible, you can move. And to that extent, yes, you can, in some way, your relationships will last. But not last in how they were previously, but last because they're constantly fresh. I say sometimes to some people, we can spend the rest of our earthly existence together, but with one thing, you have to be fresh. Fresh means not relying always on the past, the old thinking, reminiscing how things used to be, old stories, old songs. You have to be fresh meaning, not try to be new. Don't try to be new. Don't try to be fresh. Be empty of yourself only, and you'll be fresh enough. Who hear these things here? This is very good. This one is addressed to God. Dear God, please. God. It is presence, seeing the presence, seeing that the presence is aware of it by the awareness itself. So again, I have to read this. It is presence, seeing the presence, seeing that the presence is aware of it by the awareness itself. Father, this is it? Like Papaji told, when you are that, you will know it. Bless me with trust, Father, forever at your feet, timeless love and under. It is presence, seeing the presence, seeing that the presence is aware of it by the awareness itself, yes. Father, this is it, yes. Like Papaji told, when you are that, you will know it. Yeah. When you are that, you will know it. Spontaneously, you will know it. Just like when you're in love, you know it, isn't it? You don't need somebody to tell you, actually, that is love. There are cases. Actually, that's not the best example. And somebody tell you, actually, that is not love. Okay? You know? So bless me with trust, Father, forever at your feet, timeless love, Ananda. So the crucial point here is, when you are that, you will know it. Not when you say you are that. Not when you say you're that. Not when you think you're that. When you're that, meaning what? Why when? When you're told you're always that. Though we are always that, it is important, significant, vital that we are aware we are that. Confirmed in that. Not merely think. When you are that, you will know it. You won't have to go around saying, I am that, I'm that. I am this, I'm that. You don't have to say that. You know it that I can be nothing else than this. And nor can anyone else. The thoughts appear from somewhere. I become aware of this thought, but not immediately. Okay. Then when I pay attention on the thought, it disappears. You say that we have to observe the moving of thought and to be who we truly are at the same time. Yes, but if you follow the thought without becoming identified with it, we can do this, because mostly in life we are interacting with different situations, people, objects and so on, without identifying with them. And so you can move on without carrying them with you. So in the same way, if you look at this thought, you say that we have to observe the moving of thoughts and to be who we truly are at the same time. Yes. But in my case, thoughts disappear. It's not different. Maybe this silence is from the mind. No, don't doubt. We are saying the same thing, you see. You observe the thoughts moving, but you stay as yourself. For how long you can keep seeing them move? They in the end, they disappear. Just like clouds. You see a beautiful cloud. Oh, so beautiful. You run and get your camera, come out, it's gone. There's something else. This is it. And you see that they are changeful, you know. You cannot say, I saw this cloud and it was so beautiful. All day I was watching it. No, it's already changing. You see. But in my case, thoughts disappear. Maybe this silence is from the mind. These thoughts are from the mind. I think mind cannot observe itself. That is why thoughts disappear. Then where is the real silence? You see, back you've gone upstairs again. Yeah. You must know when you're in the attic, you've gone up in the attic, you're back with your helmet listening again. Then where is the real silence? How to find it in this case? You see, keep quiet would be a very good idea. Just keep quiet. Without looking to the left or the right or up or down. Just keep quiet. And even not be waiting for something. And gradually, somehow, something by itself stirs within you and a recognition arises in that. Don't worry. Why you have to find it today? Because it is no distance. It is no distance from you. It is no distance from you. So therefore, it will not take time to travel. So this you don't have to do. No time. And it's not different from you. So therefore, you don't have to change. Two big things covered. One, it is no distance from you, so you don't have to travel. And it's not different from you, so you don't have to change. Then what has to happen then?
My body starts shaking, and whenever I close my eye in peace, my eyeball starts rotating.
Yeah.
I don't want to focus on that because...
You're aware of that. You're aware of that. You don't have to be more aware of that. You are aware of that. Whatever it is that is occurring in the body-mind, you are aware of that. You're aware of the body, the senses, the behavior of thought. You watch them. Without you, nothing can be said of them. They all must report to your consciousness.
Yes.
So this consciousness doesn't have to go out looking for experience. Right where it is, everything comes in front. Okay?
Yes.
You know this. Then naturally whatever comes and whatever attention is required by it will be offered to that. You don't have to think about that too much. Spontaneously it's happening. But you, when I say you, I mean the consciousness itself, no? Where is the doubt?
I don't know, I just think my ego or this person have been behaving very good.
Sorry?
My ego, I have really good ego. My
Yeah.
meaning is that when I'm in difficult situation, it helps me through, tell me everything will pass. When I'm angry, it's saying, calm down, that's not the way to resolve the problem.
Yeah.
And when I'm sad, it tell me...
Why you call it ego? Why you don't call it just intelligence? Come up here and talk to me. Okay.
I call the code.
It's okay. Good, good. Okay. Yes, you say you have good ego because when you are doing different things, it seems to give good advice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And why you call it ego especially? Why not just your intelligence is speaking? Why you call it ego?
Because when I'm doing self-inquiry, all things come up, give me good reason to stop it, and I think it's the same thing happen there.
When you're doing self-inquiry, things start to come in to intrude in your inquiry.
Yes, like my legs start getting numb. It's saying you should change position, and then later on I feel hungry, saying, see, you should eat the food, and after you eat, you will be more concentrated. And then later on, they tell me your question is not fresh anymore. Guruji said you should have a fresh question, and that's the best way to
So he's not so good.
encourage.
He's very crafty. He says nice things. But then when he's threatened, you start to see his true colors more. You see? And you're onto him, you see this, okay, something. Then, who is he speaking to now? This I want to take a little time to, not in a hurry. Who is he speaking to? Is it to your true self that he's speaking? Or is he speaking to what? Who you believe you are right now? Who is he speaking to?
It just thoughts appeared.
Yeah. But many thoughts appear and you just ignore them.
But I think it's good advice.
Yeah, what?
That moment, like, tell
You are
me.
hungry, go and eat something, you'll be in a better place to concentrate on what he's speaking.
Yes.
And then you go and eat something, you come back, you can
No, I
concentrate better.
didn't. I just recognized that.
Yes. Yeah. But you're saying, but it's good advice, you know? Even here in your inquiry. Then you say, then you feel uncomfortable and your legs start to swell or something like this. And then he's saying, you see, maybe you should change your posture and do something or whatever like that.
Yes. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I don't know what I can do, just push this out.
Don't overreact about it. It's just something come like this. The only thing that matters is your attention. Your attention is somehow, it's speaking to your attention. Your attention, listen to him. You see, your attention is working for your sense of self. And it says, look, you should eat something, and other people can go for days without food. At points like this, they even totally forget about food. But he's saying, you eat something, you'll feel so much better, and
I just don't know when thoughts appeared, which one is the truth, which one is the temptation.
none of them is true. At this point, with this, none of them is true. You don't need anything. You don't need anything at all. Just you are making the inquiry, use the inquiry. You see? Then something is, it is intruding. It's appearing as though it is on your side. Make yourself a bit more comfortable. Yes, you must do this and do that. what is the difference between this voice being called ego and just pure intelligence, which says, okay, take the phone off the hook. You have the sense to take the phone off for now, to close your door and stuff, and you just do this naturally. You sit down and you want just a bit of time by yourself to look into this. Why call it mind in that derogatory state? Or ego. My ego mind is saying, I should close the door and so on. And then you say, I've got a good ego. Why make a big fuss about that? It's just you close the door and so on. But as you spoke afterwards, you said, when I actually begin the inquiry, then the mind begins to, like be fussy. Be fussy, meaning, get a better cushion, and that's not what MOOJI say and this kind of stuff. And so you're in a discussion rather than inquiring.
These 2 days, when I'm doing inquiry, it comes to the tiredness. Like you said just now, I just fall to sleep.
When you say, again, this tiredness comes when you're doing inquiry. Why should tiredness come right now? Right here. When you're on the verge of making your greatest discovery, suddenly. Why not in the restaurant it come? Why not in the shower? Why not when you're eating your dinner? Why now, when you are looking into the very source of this universal consciousness? Suddenly. Why then? It's a hoax tiredness. It's not real tiredness. That's why I said if somebody came in and said, oh, there's a car on fire, a red Volkswagen, and it's yours. Whoa. You put the fire out yourself. Beating stuff when you were falling asleep 5 minutes ago. So it's not the real true tiredness, you see. So when I say you are aware of this sense of tiredness, don't identify with it. And something becomes like, a change can be felt inside, like that also.
And after the tiredness, I just couldn't do it anymore.
That's not true, in fact. Maybe in the beginning, when we're feeling a bit too weak and too susceptible to the play of the mind, then he catch you the first time. The second time, maybe still catch. The third time, you're there, you're a bit aware. It doesn't catch you so easy, and you grow more stronger against this vice. It is true. Sometimes people they feel a certain kind of tiredness is coming very strong. I say, come on, pay attention. Sometimes I've had to call them, come, sit up here and fall asleep. And they come up and they're... You see? So only that can cure. But if you leave them there, there's something, you see? So sometimes some help is needed like that. You see? So this thing, again, this sleep is another way that the mind manifests. Headache is one way he manifests. Sometimes even, suddenly some emergency come. I watch it all the time. A message come from the counter. Is Patricia here? Yeah, yes, sir, Patricia. Yeah. Your cat is vomiting profusely and is calling out for you. Comes from the desk. It can do. And sorry MOOJI, I have got to go. Imagine. Go. It will do many things. You think it cannot do it? I'm sure many of you know what he can do. Okay? What he can do. So the same way he's here, and maybe he's coming like that, to be more polite ego. But still, you are there, and you say no, but it stops me. It succeeds. It succeeds to break my inquiry. And every time you come, he tries, and every time he succeeds. Every time it wins. Is true or not?
Yes.
Yeah. And what about right now? Why don't we do now?
It's nothing now.
He's not here now.
Yeah.
I wonder why. You can see mind is coming in the form of something. But now you're here and he won't show up. We're a little disappointed. Now is your time. He's got full stage. Look at him to come and to send you to sleep. Why is he late? Mind, you're late. Why is it behaving like this? Again, to prevent you from discovering something that is so beautiful. To stop you from recognizing your own power, your own completeness. And an urge is inside you. You say, even if I die after this, I don't mind. Even one day, I heard you say, even one day to find the truth is one day, for one day, is greater than the rest of my life if I'm not true. So how can the mind beat you against such a resolve like that? He can't, he's got no chance. So how can he come and say, yes, your feet is feeling hot? How can that mean anything to you? You need cushion. A nice cushion for your back. You who are willing to die in a minute.
Just the desire is so strong that
Whose desire is so strong? Your desire or mind's desire? Complete your sentence. You said the desire is so strong. Whose desire? For what?
early on you said, if you there, you know you there. If you're the truth, you know you're the truth.
Yeah.
I'm not the truth at this moment. So therefore I can't rest.
Because? Why are you not the truth at this moment? What gave you that conviction? Because what?
I don't recognize that.
And how will, yeah.
I don't recognize I'm the truth. That's not registered in me that convince me.
Okay. So you recognize what is not the truth?
Yes.
Okay. So you recognize what is not the truth. Now you must ignore that which is not the truth.
I can do that.
Okay. Well, then do it. Because if the truth is not here, because if it was here you'd recognize it, then everything else you must reject. Because it means it's not the truth. The way that you perceive, even your feeling at the moment, you must reject it. Even the feeling like, I am not confirmed. I don't see that I am the truth at this moment. Why should you be able to rely on that? This is a very subtle thing. Why should you be able to rely on that?
Can you say that again? I didn't
Yes.
get it.
Yes. Because you say, the truth, I know I'm not the truth yet. Because I say that when you are the truth, you will know it. Papaji's word, you will just know it. When you are the truth, you will spontaneously know. Just like when you're in love, you spontaneously know. We say, no? So you say that I know I'm not that yet. At this moment, I'm not the truth.
I suppose I have a concept that what the truth should be like.
And what should it be
there's
like?
Nothing
What should it be like?
Something must change inside me.
Yes.
To show me that is the truth.
Yes.
And there's nothing changed, nothing
When
happened.
something changes inside you, what is it that will evaluate that it is true or not? Where will you find the power to discern that this is true? Again, if you are able to just look and say, this is true, if you say, this is true, yeah, I know that is not true. If you know this is true, you must have the power to discern truth. So that when it's here, you know this is true. So this which knows this is true, is this other than truth? Can I say again?
Yes, please.
Yeah. You say that when the truth is here, then I will know it. Something will change inside me. Yes? But every change that's happened inside you, has any change happened inside you that's permanent? Meaning that it must be something phenomenal. Let's pay attention because we can go to lunch in a moment, so give me everything right now. Okay? Give everything right now. If you say that, yes, because when the truth comes, I will know it because something will change in me. So you put a condition on it. That something, when it comes, then suddenly, whatever it is, you will have an experience and go, yes, this is it. So let's say, what would be the best effect of the truth? What would be the best effect of the truth? Like, for instance, you feel really, ooh, wow, and that must be the truth because I feel like this. Okay? But then this feeling slowly changes. And he says, oh, the truth is gone, Mooji. I am serious about this thing because many people are looking for a hit. You see? Like, yes, 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 yes. Yes. It cannot be merely some physiological signpost or a feeling, the most beautiful feeling, or even a feelingless feeling. Something is looking to say, we have some saved up concept in maybe subtle way that when it happens, I will, that will be it. And I say, no. Because something which says, I would know when truth arises, so the one who knows when truth arises must be greater than truth, or at least it must be true. Say it again. I don't mind. It is totally worth it. It is totally worth it. If you say that, I don't feel it, because at the moment I know I am not yet it, because when it comes, I will feel different. Okay, let's give you the benefit of the doubt. The greatest difference you can feel, okay, that you feel totally thrilled. Whew, like, whoa, Even your husband, Len, will come and say, darling, you okay? Yes. The the truth. Will it stay? So next week we come to look for you. Ling Ling house. 6 months later, how is Ling Ling? Oh, she's in the room. Ling Ling. Will you be like this? So because if that is the truth, then it has to be always unchanging. Then can you imagine if... It cannot be that. It cannot be that. Because you will be still in there perceiving and saying, you know what, I'm getting tired of this. You see, so let's drop this idea that is going to show some physical signs. Yes, maybe it is an awakening experience, but it will subside. The truth cannot be, that's not adequate a representation of truth. Rather, that which says, if it comes, even if it comes, I will know it, then it implies that there's something here that has the capacity to evaluate the presence of truth. So that can only be the truth itself. You are the truth, waiting to see the evidence of truth. Wanting to experience it in a certain way according to your concepts. Are we getting somewhere? Yes. Sometimes we have a notion of truth. We've read enough. This bird fell and poo-poo and suddenly, or something like this, or whatever. There are many, okay? They're not all true. Some of it imagine, some exaggerated, some maybe actual, some interpreted. It can be many things. You see? But if you limit the truth to merely an expression, and any expression is phenomenal only, which means it is subject to change. What change? That even your moods will impact upon the way you experience something. So that which is true is already in place. We are looking for the effects. An effect to say, this effect I would like to happen because this will indicate that this is the truth. And mankind have needed this over the years, needed this. This is why we needed the burning bush. God had to appear as a burning bush. Or as a mountain of fire or something. Or because we love the effects, special effects. We love to see and say, yes, which is fine, why not? It can do all these things too. But if you say that is it, you limit it, and it is unlimited, it is limitless. And it is you. Because you are already here to say, yes, that is the experience I've been searching for. But it will be only an experience. In Bhagavad Gita, the account of Lord Krishna's discourse with Arjuna, after going through the very same things we are talking now, then, after all of this, expounding the truth to Arjuna, Arjuna said to Lord Krishna, Supreme Guru, my Lord, one more thing I ask of you. Krishna, yes, say, please, can you reveal your divine form? I'm sure Lord Krishna must have been disappointed with his top student. My divine form? I've been telling you, I am beyond form and all of this, and you're sitting there going, and all these people are waiting to fight, and you're sitting there like this, and at the end what is my divine form? And then Krishna said, out of love, because you are my devotee and I love you. No? Then he said to him, okay, see in me all that you desire to see, not what I am. Perceive in me all that you desire to see. And then somehow, Arjuna, Krishna, 1,000 arms, 1,000 faces, 1,000 limbs. Arjuna, because that's what you want. You want the experience. Okay? After this, no? They went on to fight. There was not the 1,000 arms, everything. It came to an end. Because that's not what Krishna is. So any experience that you experience, that your mind project, that is what I want, because that I'll be content, you will not be content with it. Yeah. You are already the true. Yeah. Thinking you're not yet truth, until you get the experience, your mind projects and thinks it need to be true. Now you may say, but I still should feel different. I say, allow my words to find a little space in you. Drop yourself. You see? And let them open up their significance in you. You have not been able to accept yourself as you are. We have not been able nor willing to accept ourselves as we are because of thousands of years of storytelling, thousands of years of imagination. We want our realization to be special. Yeah. It need not come in a burst and thunder and lightning. Maybe the slow release version is just as good. Thinning away, thinning away, thinning away, thinning away. And just coming to know, coming to be, coming to see. Maybe it is happening like this also. But don't say which you prefer. Because you can only recognize what you are timelessly. It says immutable means not subject to change. And only that constancy, from there, all the dance of the universe is perceived in dazzling clarity. You are untouched. Oh, does it mean you have no feeling? No, you have feelings, but pure feeling, pure emotion. Not hyped up by egoic fantasy. Pure. Pure love. Pure light. Pure spontaneity. Not all rigid, because any movement is doership. This is nonsense. We believe many nonsense like that. When you accept yourself, you see, then everything you do is not you doing, not you. There's no you particularly doing. It's like the universe is doing. Even now, it's the universe is doing, plus the thought that there's a you doing it. Even the so-called bad things, which you cannot put a fixed meaning upon, because it has innumerable meanings for innumerable points of perception. Innumerable effects. Many things that start off feeling painful, turn out to yield very beautiful fruit. Does it make sense what I'm speaking?
Make perfect sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just hold on this concept really tight.
Okay, which concept are you holding on to tightly now?
I don't feel the change in me.
Yes. Yes. Do you want to change that will happen and then not change anymore? Do you want a change that will happen once and never change again? And of course, something will move. Something has to move here. Something has to move, something will move. But don't use that as a measure. It will just be a movement may happen. I don't want to speak about it because I don't think it is of much value to speak about how it will particularly manifest in you. But it has to manifest. If your present state is just bland, waiting, then you cannot say, yes, this is a mode of the self. I would say no, because there will begin some joy, some deep peace. Something must begin, maybe not instantly complete, but enough to indicate and to send some signal in your being. Yes, something, yes. I just wanted to look and show you that don't just put too much importance on that you're waiting to see if something changed, to validate my words or the truth in you. You see? And it will change. The change you're looking for, it will come. And also you will look and see also, yes, it is beautiful, but it's not it. I am it. You see?
It's happening?
Are you asking?
Yes.
Yes. I give permission for it to happen, to your recognition.